creative friends, it's Eugenia from Art Miss Atelier, and today we're going to be making an old barn, um, almost falling apart, and yeah, I thought to make something rustic and something that it doesn't need a lot of details or straight lines in the drawing. So yeah, I came up with that kind of idea. We'll use today the pens, fine line pens. I've got the Uni-Pen, fine line water and fade proof pigment inks. They come in different sizes. I've got a full set here. I'm not going to be using them all. They're just it was just cheaper to buy them as a set, and it didn't come in that tin. This tin is from something else that I have already used, and yeah, I found that they sit nicely in here. I can see the numbers, and yeah, so I will probably use today a thicker one to begin with. We'll start with a 0.8. They come 0.8, 7, 0.6, 0.54 up to 0.1, and then is a 0.05, which is a really fine one. So I will start with a little bit thicker tape and see how we go. We'll probably switch to lighter one, and then once we put our fine line down, then we can go in and rub off the pencil lines, and then we can start putting our watercolors on top, because that's why I have chosen to use a waterproof fine liner. If you use other ones that they can smudge with water, then you need to do it to approach this painting back to front. First you have to do your wash, and then you need to go in with your, once it dries, you have to go in with your fine liner. For example, I don't have anyone here. Anyway, yeah, so it depends what fine liner you have. You decide if you go first with your fine liner, if it's waterproof, or if it's not waterproof, then you have to go first with your wash and then with your fine liner. Okay, so I have done my drawing. I have actually take a photo, and I am attaching it with as a printable link at the description. So if you want to use it as a reference, you can you go in and just print it. The lines, you can actually do anything on this kind of drawing and painting. It doesn't have to be accurate, so you don't really need to print it and paint it, but yeah, you might need it as a reference. I'm using the Strathmore 500 series cold press watercolor paper. It's a 300 GSM, 100% cotton, 5 by 7 inches. It's a good size for me for the moment for my videos, and yeah, I like the quality. It doesn't buckle a lot, and yeah, I like the way that it behaves with the water and the pigments, and it's kind of affordable comparing to arches. So I'm happy to use this one for the moment. I've got my 2 jars of clean water. I've got a couple of brushes here. The ones that I normally use, it's around size 8. I've got a fine liner here. I've got this dagger for more loose strokes, and and this is my very old brush that I made it this way, but it's great for creating irregular lines for grass or fair. It is actually very useful because in no time I just cover big area. And that's it, just the rubber, and we're ready to start. So at this point, I am kind of happy with my drawing. I don't need to get rid of the graphite underneath, but I will just to make it a little bit more clean at the end. So I'm just rubbing off my original sketch with the graphite, and I'm just keeping the only the fine line. So there we go, and now we are ready to start our wash. So at this point, I forgot to mention that I will start by wetting my paper, and the colors that I'm going to be using are whatever I have on my palettes, because it's for a couple of weeks now I'm trying to empty my clean up my palettes, and I think I have had too much pigment on there, and yeah, it's pretty difficult to clean them up. So I'll try to use whatever is on my palettes, and for example, now I need a little bit blue, and I don't have it because I've used it. I'm just getting it from this homemade palette that I've made with my Phoenix colors, and then when I need something rustic, and I'm just getting it from a neutral. I have big mix here. So I'll start with the background. Start with the background. So I'll do the sky, and trees. It's definitely just a simple wash. We don't need to fuss a lot. We can always come back and put some darker areas, but just to begin with, a wash is fine. Just blocking the colors to begin with. Here we're creating the path. It's we'll definitely go back with more colors. Will make it more detailed. Now, for the bun, the reference photo that I have, it is all gray. So I will probably make like I will mix some brown and some green, some blues, just to make something neutral. And oops, I only want to go on certain areas. On this side here, I want it more dark, so I put a darker wash here. And then the areas that want them darker, we can always go back and add more pigment, which I will, I think. But first I will let it dry to see how it settles. And then I will see which areas I want darker and which areas I want to leave lighter. So at this point, I'm gonna let it dry, and we'll see what is still needed. So there we are. It's all dried up. To be honest, I had to use my heating tool, this heating tool, to dry it up because it's a rainy day today in Australia and it's very humid. I would be waiting for a while if I was waiting to dry up naturally. Anyway, so now I think it is time to start again with a little bit more with the background. I will start with the tree tops. So the tree tops, let's create a nice I don't have any green ready, so I'm gonna just go in and make some greens. And those everlast trees, they are they need a deep green. So I am going to be put on one more layer, and then I might have to come back again because I need to have some really dark green branches. And with the watercolor, I always like to build up from light to dark, as we all know, because this is the only way we can preserve our light areas. The opposite with other mediums, we have to think back to front, from light to dark. But other opaque mediums like the acrylic, the oils, even the pastels, this doesn't matter. We can go back and forward from light to dark, dark to light. There's no issue. The watercolors, it's only one way, from light to dark. You can't go back to light. I mean, you can scrub, I suppose, some, but you will never get the brightness that the paper gives you. Yeah, you can scrub off, or you can put some gouache on top, or you can what else you can put? Yeah, mainly gouache. So now I'm using my fine liner, and I'm still getting some wide strokes because I'm using a little bit more on the side, so I can get different variety from this brush, different variety of brush strokes. And I will put some of this green here on the ground too. That will unify my painting. And this is supposed to be a distant mountain. I'm not happy with the color that it has ended up. Anyway, probably maybe I should just leave it and put some greenery here. Something like a bush. We're gonna come back for that. And and now we can start going back to our bun, and I need some really dark, probably something like Payne's gray for the really dark areas. I like Payne's gray or indigo. For the moment I've got on my palette Payne's gray, so I'll use that. For the really dark areas of the bun. And after, we might use a little bit of that for our trees too. Maybe not all of them, maybe the ones that are closer to us. It doesn't have to be covering 100%. Yeah, we'll do it a little bit more watering. So we'll still unify it with the same color, but in much lighter version. So this is the what we're calling glazing. And at the areas that you want much darker, you just put a little bit extra pigment, like that it's darker area. Okay, now it's all nice and unified, and now I'm gonna just go back in and pick some areas that are a little bit darker on the roof, because the roof is not straight anymore, it's got all of these waves. So I'm gonna make some areas a little bit darker, keep some other ones a little bit lighter, and that will show the unevenness of the roof. And you can do the strokes on the way that the inches of how the movement of the roof is going. And if you don't need hard edges, you just go in with clean brush, wet, and you just soften the edges. It is pretty simple. It is an effective and easy way of making something quickly. Today I don't want to do quick work at in the studio, but I thought I'm gonna do this one today because it's in my mind for a little while, and I said, all right, let's do this before I forget it. And of course, if you feel like, you can always go back with, once it dries up, you can always go back and add some more fine line highlights. Okay, and I might just go with a little bit watery brush and add a little bit Payne's grey in my green. Just add a little bit and my treetops. It might look a little bit too dark now, but it will dry up lighter. And definitely at the end I might go in and put a little bit, a few more lines with the fine liner. So that's it for now. I will let it dry again, and I will come back with my fine liner for the final touches. So it's all dried up again, and it feels it looks pretty, yeah, pretty good for me. I don't think I'm gonna do a lot of touch-ups. Maybe I'm gonna use one of the finer tips now. And I'm gonna just add some shadows wherever it looks like that it's more damaged. This bun. And yeah, pretty much I think it is done. I just put a little bit darker green on the everlasting trees. And I might just put a little bit extra contrast on the roof. I'll probably need a thicker tip. And then just go in with a finer. They have to be very loose, the lines that you're doing on the trees. I'm gonna just make it a little bit darker because it's a little set back. So that's the beauty with these fine tips, that they actually give you lighter shadows. You can control it better. And that's it. I think I should stop touching it. It is yeah, I think it's fine. And like, I haven't put any shadow for this. Not sure it's something that you can tie up your horses, something like that. Okay, so we'll do it that way. Put a little bit shadow there. That's important. And here on the ground, don't really need to do much. We have already made a note with the colors where the path is, and with the colors, yeah. And you just can do a little bit irregular shapes, and here for the bush, very loose. And that's about it, I think. I'm gonna just put my little initials here. Maybe I should have done them a little bit lighter. Oh, doesn't matter. It's good. So now we will unmask it, and it actually looks looking even better now that's getting unmasked. So if you enjoy this video and you learned something, please don't forget to like it and subscribe, so you will keep in touch with future videos. With we're gonna be doing lots of different themes, materials, and techniques. So yeah, subscribe, and just to make sure that you're getting I'm gonna say you don't miss out the themes that you like and the industry. You can just click the notification bell, so you get a notification every time we upload a video, and also you can see what type of video it is. So if it's, for example, line and wash, and you like it and that's what you want to watch, you can come and watch it. If not exactly what you're interested in, you're interested in birds, for example, you can wait till I will upload a video with birds, so you don't have to come and watch just anything. So yeah, they are very useful, these notifications. So yeah, click that. And as now I'm talking to you, I just thought to put some little highlights with the gel pen. It's a white gel pen, Paul Rubens one. I'm not sure, haven't used it much. I'm not sure if it's if it stays on the paper. Some people are saying that the gel pens just peel off, but I would say for the watercolors, it should be fine. It shouldn't peel. I've used them a couple of times and my artwork is still fine. So just put Not much, just a little bit here and there, just to create a little bit of a pulse. And yeah, I want to put a little bit on the glass. It is broken glass, but still, wherever it's there, it has a bit of a shine. And maybe I shouldn't do that. Now I've put it there, so I should just put a little bit of the rest there. So once you're starting for one, then you need to do them all. Okay, that's it. Pens down, brushes down, it's all done. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you soon at my next video. Till then, be happy, be creative, and keep painting. Bye for now.